Eminem's new album, The Death of Slim Shady, is dropping in less than 48 hours. Today, we're gonna go over the track list that we've just got through Apple Music and also talk a little bit more about what songs we can expect on here and what this album might actually be narrative-wise. So let's jump straight into this. If you want to stay up to date with everything surrounding hip-hop, make sure to subscribe and also become a part of this community by joining our Discord server in the description. So after yesterday, we got the official cover from M himself for the record, and I said it looks a little gimmicky, which I still stand by. I just haven't quite gotten used to it. It's alright though, a lot of people are liking it, they're talking about it's fire, so I think that's not going to be a huge controversy. It's just an album cover that some people like, some don't. We've also gotten 2 singles so far, which are Houdini, obviously, the first one, and Toby, which we've talked about the video for in the last video as well. So those 2 singles we had so far, but nothing else. There also weren't, at least to my knowledge, in my vision of this entire rollout, there weren't like leaks or snippets. I mean, there's a couple of grails that are obviously always there, but it wasn't like there was a huge leak or group buy for individual songs. But obviously Eminem also doesn't work like that, and that's never been like a big part of his rollouts. But we now have the track list. We have it. It's on Apple Music. As I said, sometimes these albums, when you are on Apple Music, you can have the pre-save for them, and that also includes the track list. In this case, now also the titles of the tracks. So let's take a look at it. So right here is the Apple Music page for The Death of Slim Shady, Coup De Grâce. You know what it means. And we can see that, first of all, I thought the title wasn't in just all caps. Apparently it's not. It doesn't really matter at all, but to my eye, that was a little bit weird at first. We can see Eminem pre-release July 12th, so also in the digital streaming services, it is scheduled for this Friday, which is a good sign. And also that little caption, that about section of the record, you can read, "Will the real Slim Shady please lie down?" Pre-at the new album now, which is obviously a little play on "Will the real Slim Shady please stand up?" In this case, lie down, because it's getting killed off. So that is what that means. Now we have 20 tracks in total. We don't know the entire runtime because on Apple Music, it just tells us the runtime of the songs that are already on the track list, which is the 2 songs, Houdini and Toby, also the Houdini video. So actually, correction, it's 19 tracks, but it says 20 because the Houdini video is in there as well. That also happens on Apple Music sometimes, so 19 OG tracks, and then we have the music videos on Apple Music at least. So 19 tracks, I think, is pretty good. Sometimes, M albums can get a little bloated and some songs just get skipped. I remember Revival was also about 19 tracks, and some people just had a lot of fillers in there for themselves. Hopefully that's not going to be the case, but I get M fans that after 4.5 years of no new album, which isn't unusual for M, but still, they want new material. They want a lot of new material. So I think 19 tracks satisfies every M fan's needs. Let's go through the individual titles though, because it's not actually going to be 19 songs. There are some skits in there, which I like. It's some OG Eminem stuff. We didn't have a lot of skits on, for example, Revival, as I said, but on all the OG records, skits played a big role, even if they were just a funny joke or intermission in between. But let's go through this. The first track is called Renaissance, and we can already tell that he doesn't show the features on here, which is something that we were looking forward to. Maybe he still, posts the track list on social media, and there he gives us the features, or we'll just have to discover it. Then the second track is called Habits, then Trouble, then Brand New Dance, then Evil, then a skit called All You Got, then an interesting pair of song titles, Lucifer and Antichrist. So, I mean, that's like 2 obviously religious titles right there. Then we have Fuel, then Road Rage, which to my knowledge we have heard of that song. Then we have Houdini, obviously, so that is gonna be on the record, which some people thought wasn't gonna be, but apparently it is making it on the record. Then we have Breaking News, another skit, and then Guilty Conscience 2. That's crazy. That is actually insane. We don't know if Dre is going to be on there. We don't know that. But Guilty Conscience 2 is insane. I think that's a track that a lot of people will definitely be very hyped for, me myself included. Let's go through the rest of the track list and then talk about it real quick. Head Honcho, Temporary, Bad One, then Toby, then another skit called Guess Who's Back, and then Somebody Save Me, which is going to be the outro. Sounds like a dramatic outro. Somebody Saves Me. That is, we had Revival. Why do I keep mentioning Revival so much? But for some reason it fits. Revival had that 3-track run at the end that a lot of people thought were those personal songs that really hit deep if you're an M fan. Apparently this is also going to be somewhat of a more personal last track on here. Somebody Save Me. Maybe the title also is misleading. Now also real quick, I am going live on Twitch. I have just announced the time on YouTube already, which is going to be exactly at midnight EST. So hopefully the second the album drops, we're going to be going live, likely a little bit earlier. And we're going to be listening to this record for the first time over on Twitch. So make sure you go follow me, because I'm very excited to listen to this, especially if we got bangers, or at least hopeful bangers like Guilty Conscience 2 on here. They're going to be very dope to just listen to for the first time, so make sure to follow me on there. Now let's talk about this. 19 tracks, as I said, I think good length. You know, it's not too long, not too short, even though I like albums a little bit shorter. But in the case for Eminem, who has a big fan base to appease and who want a lot of material, I think this works pretty well. There aren't any like standout, titles on there that were like, oh shit, this is gonna be crazy and we have this skit and then that title. No, it's actually just, just a normal kind of track list when you look at it, but obviously what matters is the music that is behind the titles. That is what's gonna come all down to. I am very excited for this. I mean, from the narrative and the concept that we've gotten so far through the music video, through the trailers that we've gotten, it looks like it's going to be somewhat of a storyline across a birth of Slim Shady and then him getting murdered by M, the new M. So it's going to be interesting to see how he uses the Slim Shady persona throughout the record. Houdini is in the middle of the record, which is weird because it could have just been like an extra track at the end or the intro, because there he is kind of alluding very obviously to that duality of new Eminem and Slim Shady. So it's interesting to see that placement in the track list. We're going to have to see how that fits in. I hope he finds a good balance of that. But I trust M. I think he can definitely deliver. And we're definitely going to have another video out tomorrow before the album drops, maybe going over everything we know about the record. Or if we do get another track list, then we'll talk about that. So make sure you stay subscribed not to miss out on that. But I think that's going to be it for now. This is the track list we have on Apple Music. Very exciting. Definitely Guilty Conscience 2 is the song that I think a lot of eyes are going to gravitate to, just because it is the most recognizable track on here. But let me know what y'all think about this. What do you think about the track list for this? Do you think this could be one of his best albums? And are you excited for any of the particular tracks on here? Let me know all your thoughts on this in the comments down below. If you watched this video to the end and liked it, and you want to stay up to date with all current hip-hop events and releases, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, hit that like button, and go follow my social media, and most importantly, join my Discord in the description. Until the next one, you'll have an incredible day, and y'all take care.